Hi friends, this is video number 2. This is going to be a little bit more of an active practice, so we're going to start by doing some nice stretches. If you have a little blanket or a beach towel or something, most of you probably don't have a yoga strap, so you can grab a belt, a scarf, anything that is not stretchy. And that'll help if you're feeling a little bit tight in the hamstrings and stuff. A couple things I want to point out mostly is often when we're doing a yoga practice, especially when we're in down dog or anything that we're using our arms, we end up pressing into the heel of our hand, which really irritates the wrist. So what we want to try to focus on when you feel your wrist hurting, that you're not pressing to the palm of the hand or through the heel of the hand, that you're using your knuckles and your fingerprints. So the palm of the hand has just a little bit of lift, almost like a suction cup, and you're really keeping the knuckles anchored down, the fingerprints, and really using the thumb and index fingers. So real important thing to keep in mind, just to keep your wrists feeling a little bit better. So through this practice, if you're feeling tired or just can't keep up, because some of it is a little bit more strenuous and you'll do a little bit more cardio on this, rest. Hope you enjoy it. So take your blanket if you have one, or towel, whatever it is, and just roll it up kind of like a jelly roll. Set that aside. From there you're going to lay down. That's where we're going to start, nice and relaxing. The roll is going to go right underneath the shoulder blades. This is really a great chest opener for when we're doing all that work all through the day with everything is rounded. So this will really help get things opened up. And just lay back and relax on this for several breaths. Let the arms just rest out to the side. Close the eyes. Take some nice deep breaths. Oftentimes for guys, they're a little bit bigger through the muscles and stuff in the back, so it's really nice to get a little pillow or another blanket to put underneath the head so the head doesn't fall back so much, or for anybody that doesn't feel comfortable, just support the head for a little bit. A few nice deep breaths. About 3 more breaths here. And then just nice and gently roll over to the right side. Nice and easy. Take that blanket, just set it aside for now. Come back onto your backs and hug the knees into the chest. Give a nice squeeze here. Hug it in. Sometimes it's nice to even just lift up the shoulders like you're curling into a little ball. They're going to just keep the right knee in, let the left leg either rest onto the floor or place a foot onto the floor, whatever feels more comfortable to you. Just give a little bit of shake, nice and gently. Taking the knee towards the right shoulder, then back to midline. And then just change sides. A little squeeze, a little side to side. And then again, just changing sides. This time as the knee hugs in at right leg, we're going to interlace the hands behind the hamstring. Take the leg to the sky. You can also take your belt or your strap, whatever you have, and hook the foot. So you want a hand on either side of the strap. Try not to grab here, then the pressure gets a little uneven. So if you have this, do that. If you can grab the foot, go ahead and grab the foot or ankle. Just gently, nice little stretch. I like to point and flex the foot a couple of times. Maybe make some nice little ankle circles. Spread the toes. Hug that leg in gently. Couple more breaths here. So now we're either going to take the peace fingers, hook the big toe, grab the outside of the foot, pinky toe side, or with the strap. Right hand grabs the strap. Keeping the left hip anchored down, we're going to take that leg out to the right. You can open up the left arm, kind of gently look to the left, press through the heels, spread the toes in that right foot. And just with the arm, like you're trying to lift your leg up a little bit towards your head, so we're not letting it hang out there. Just a little bit of lift, so you're working your arm a little bit. A couple more breaths here. Keep pressing to the heel, keep spreading the toes. There's a little bit of core muscle, inner thigh muscle. We're going to lift that leg up. Change hands if you have the strap. And you're just going to cross that leg over so the right arm reaches out. Kind of shift the weight a little bit to the right. Just let that right leg cross over the body. If you can grab the foot, just grab the outer edge of the foot or the inner edge of the foot with the toes. Should feel a nice stretch along the back of the leg here. And I'll go ahead and hook my foot back up with a strap. So the left hand has that strap now. Then we're going to roll all the way over to the left hip. Let that leg come to the floor. Kind of gently roll the right shoulder blade towards the floor and draw the tailbone down. We don't want our butt sticking out because that will pinch the low back. So keep that drawing down and then spin the chest to the right. Again, spread the toes in the right foot. And oftentimes the top hip will kind of hike up towards the ribs. So just keep long through the waist here. Kind of press that right hip down and away from you. Keep the breath deep. Sometimes in these little twists, we can shallow our breath up. So keep the breath deep to get nice stretches through the ribs. And one more breath. And then bring that leg up. Hug the knees into the chest. Nice deep breath. And then releasing the left leg, grabbing the right leg, grabbing the left, hug it in, give a little shake. Leg to the sky, hand behind the hamstring, or grab your strap again, hook the foot. If you don't have the strap, just start sliding the hands down towards your ankles. Let's go ahead and take some of those point and flex. A couple of ankle circles each direction. And just hug that leg in. Again, spreading the toes, pressing through the heel. And here you can also notice why you're getting this nice little stretch into the hamstring is what's happening with the shoulders. Are they rolling up towards your ears or running forward? So just gently press the shoulder blades down into the floor. Couple more breaths here. And then if you have the strap, left hand grabs the strap or the left hand grabs the outer edge of the foot or hooks the big toe, whatever feels better to you. Leg drops out to the side, right arm opens to the right. Try to keep that right hip and right leg anchored down as much as possible. Press to the heel, spread the toes. Couple more breaths here. And bringing that leg up, change hands. If you have the strap, right hand grabs it. Grab the inside of the foot or outside of the foot, let it cross over, just crossing the body here. So leaning to the left a little bit and looking to the left. Flex the foot, press to the heel, spread the toes. And then roll it all the way over to the right hip. Left shoulder blade comes towards the floor here, so the left hip, you're going to press it down and away from us gently. Tailbone draws a little long, like you're putting your pubic bone up towards your belly button. Some nice deep breaths. Another breath. Release the foot, hug the knees to the chest. Now we're going to cross the right leg over the left. You're going to grab the feet or the ankles or the calves. If that's too much to do, just grab behind the left leg, the left knee, lay back down and hug those knees in. If you can, flex the foot, grab the heels, and then try to get the feet. So that you might notice that the left heel, which is on the right side of your body, wants to drop down. Sometimes it's kind of a mental game to try to get that leg back up even. Just hug those legs in. A few nice deep breaths here. Another thing that can happen here is we relax the feet, the toes kind of start pointing, the big toes start pointing towards the floor. See if you try to get the pinky toes like they're coming towards each other. Another breath. We're going to release these feet, hug the knees to the chest, then just cross the left leg over. Same thing, either just grab behind, hug it in, grab the ankles, pinky toes towards each other. If you notice the right foot down, so you can lift that up. Couple more breaths here. Release the feet, hug the knees into the chest, give a nice tight squeeze. We're going to roll ourselves up into downward facing dog. So I like to always start on all fours, hands underneath the knees, or hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, turn the toes under, press back. Here's where we're going to start looking about into those hands, where you can press into the wrist. We don't want to do that. We don't want to press into the heel of the hand. We want to use those knuckles. Spread the fingers lightly. Walk it out a little bit here. Let it feel good. Hug the low ribs in. Press yourself away. Keep a little lift into the upper arms. We're going to go to some yoga push-ups. So nice and easy. We're going to come high into the balls of the feet. Shift the shoulders over the wrist, round the chin to the chest. Exhale, hips high, heels low, press yourself back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back. One more time, just like that, with your breath. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhale, pressing back. Now we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. It might not be with your breath. You're just going to shift forward and press back. And shift forward and press back. A few more of these. This last one, pressing back, downward facing dog, coming into the plank pose. We're going to take 3 little push-ups, little chaturanga push-ups, so elbows point straight back. You can always drop the knees to the floor. Chest to elbows, press back up. Chest to elbows, press back. One more time. Downward facing dog. Take the feet about as wide as the hips. Take the hands, walk the hands back to the feet. Hang, grab opposite elbows, let the chin come towards the chest. On an inhale, you're going to engage the core, you're going to lift so shoulders and hips are the same height. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. A few more times like this. One more. Hanging here. Change the wrap of the elbows. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 4 more of these. So you should feel your core engage here. Support your low back with your core muscles. 2 more. 1 more. Release the arms. Rise all the way up. Interlace or cross the right leg behind the left. grab the right wrist with the left hand and stretch it over to the left. Couple nice deep breaths. Come back to center, change the wrap. Left hand crosses, right hand grabs the left wrist, and then pull that arm. Get a nice stretch here. One more breath. Come back to center, hands to heart. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway position, lift and lengthen. Walk out to plank pose, hands underneath of the shoulders. 3 little push-ups. Knees can always drop down to the floor. Elbows point straight back and kind of hug into the ribs. One more. Downward facing dog. You're going to take the feet to the hands. So you just give a little hop here if you want. Feet to the hands, walk the feet just slightly wider than the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Keep the arms reaching to the sky. Bend the knees, shoulders and hips, same level. Reach on up. Exhale, fold. Press up and fold. Hug the belly in. Press up and fold. Press, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Lift and down. Press and down. Press and down. One more. Reach up, lower down, pause here. Hug the belly in. Gently squeeze the knees towards each other so the knees point straight ahead. Wrap like you're trying to turn the palms up towards the sky. Another breath here. Hands to the floor, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway position. Step back to plank pose. To downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. One more. Knee to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Hug it in. Step the foot to the hand. Crescent pose. Back heel stays up. Rise on that crescent pose. We're going to take the belly to the thigh. Hands will sweep back by the hips. Front knee points straight forward. Exhale, lower down. You always bring the back knee down to the floor if you want. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. Coming upright. Back knee drops to hover. Bend and lift. Bend and lift. 3 more. Last one. Arms reach to the sky, hands to the floor. Step back plank pose. To downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, reach it back. Shift it forward, hug it in. Step the foot to the hand. Back heel stays lifted. Rise up, crescent pose. And the little folds. Belly towards thigh. Inhale, rise up. Fold down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 2 more, I believe. Arms stay up. Back knee drops to hover. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. 3 more. Both hands to the floor. Step back plank pose. From here, we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Knees can drop down here if you want, or in one piece, all the way down. Roll the shoulders back. Press the tops of the feet down. Cobra pose. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Legs stay active here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Slide the hands back a little bit. Press a little higher, squeeze the fingers, the fingertips, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Slide the hands back so the wrists are underneath the elbows. Press the tops of the feet down, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale again to plank pose. Forearms to the floor. Elbows underneath of the shoulders. Hover plank. We're going to lower down to Sphinx pose. Hips to the floor. As if you're trying to pull yourself through your hands. So the legs stay active here. The chest is lifted slightly. We're going to keep the tops of the feet pressing down. Press through the forearms. Hug up through your belly. Lift up. Lower down. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. Stay lifted here. One more breath. Lower down. Slide the hands back. Hug the elbows in. Press the tops of the feet down. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then we're going to walk or jump, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. So a little bit more active here. Take your time. Rest when you want to rest. Just keep breathing. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway position. Step back to plank pose. Little chaturanga push-up. Press back, downward facing dog. Walk or hop, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, float down. Inhale, halfway position. Plank pose, step back. Chaturanga push-up. Downward facing dog. Feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway position. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Same thing, keep going. Circle the arms. Fold down. Halfway position, lift. Plank pose, step back. Chaturanga push-up. Downward facing dog. Feet to hands, top of the mat. Halfway position. Lower down. Rise all the way up. Hands to heart. Circle the arms. Keep it going. Rest if you need to rest. Fold it down. Halfway position. Plank pose. Push up. Down dog. Feet forward. Halfway position. Let it go. Rise up. Hands to heart. Circle the arms. Float down. Either step back, plank pose, or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Feet to hands, top of the mat. Halfway position. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, float down. Halfway position. Step back, plank pose. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Foot to the floor. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Shift it forward. Hug it in. Inhale, reach it back. Foot to the floor. Right leg to the sky. Shift it forward, hug it in. Reach it back. Foot to the floor. One more. Left leg. Hug it in. Press it back. Foot to the floor, add it on. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, shift it forward. Foot steps to the hand. Rise up, crescent pose. Step forward, chair pose. Press to the legs, reach the sky. Float down. Halfway position. Step back, plank pose. Chaturanga push-up. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Shift it forward. Hug it in. Step it forward. Rise up, crescent pose. Step forward, chair pose. Press through the legs, reach the sky. Fold down. Step back, plank, jump back, chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Shift forward, hug the knee. Step it through. Crescent pose, rise up. Step forward, chair pose. Press through the legs, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold down. Step back, plank, jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog if you want. Downward facing dog. Left leg reaches to the sky. Shift forward, step it through. Rise up, crescent pose. Step through chair pose. Press through the legs. Exhale, fold down. Halfway position, step back to plank pose. One little breath, knees to the floor, child's pose. Take a rest here, and then I can catch my breath also. Shifting forward, plank pose. Again, knees can come down here if you want. Otherwise, plank, we're going to lower to hover plank. Forearms to the floor. Then right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor. Left forearm, right forearm. Right hand, left hand. Right forearm, left forearm. Left hand, right hand. Right forearm, left forearm. Left hand, right hand. Right forearm, left forearm. Pause here. Side, hover plank, going to the right side. Just stay here for a moment. Come through, change sides. Come back, hover plank, left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor, side plank, right hand. Come to center, side plank, left hand. Come back to center, back to hover plank, forearms to the floor, walk the feet forward, dolphin. Couple breaths. Knees to the floor, rest for a breath. On to all fours, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Next, inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the foot to the hand. We're coming to angle pose. So back foot comes down, either hand to the floor or to the block, or elbow to the knee. And we're going to extend this all the way over, reach a hand overhead, palm towards the floor. Make sure this knee keeps going straight forward. On an inhale, you're going to lift yourself up to warrior two. Front palm's going to flip up, reverse warrior. This hip kind of presses back a little bit. Nice side stretch here. Back to warrior two. Back to angle. Reach the arm over. Lift up to warrior two. Front palm flips. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Angle pose. Reverse, or warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Angle pose. Stay here. Reach it nice and long. Hands to the floor. Three-legged plank. Hug the knee in. Reach the right leg to the sky. Bring it to the floor. Left leg. Left leg goes to the sky. Step it through. Other side, angle pose. Arm down, elbow down. Reach it all the way over. Lift up, warrior two. Angle pose. Warrior two. Angle pose. Warrior two. Angle pose. Or, sorry, reverse warrior. Warrior two. Angle. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Angle. I think one more. I kind of lost count here, so we'll do one more for good measure. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Angle pose. Pause here. Get nice and long. Both hands to the floor. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice job wherever you are on this. We're gonna come into some balancing poses now. So we're gonna start with tree pose. So we're gonna, 3 options on tree pose. Position number 1, heel over the top of the ankle. Position number 2, foot onto the calf. Number 3 is up into the groin. So try not to place it on the knee. That can damage the knee if you put too much pressure on it. So you want either below or above it. So wherever you are, the heel presses into the thigh, or heel presses into the calf. Calf presses into the heel, or thigh presses into the heel. Arm could be anywhere that you want. Think about just getting a little bit taller, finding your breath. Keep your eyes focused. Couple more breaths. Keep the knee lifted, just float, or the foot lifted, keep the knee lifted. With the foot, extend the leg straight out in front of you. Hands to heart, foot to the floor. We're going to shift sides. Weight shifts to the right foot. Same thing, find your position. Find your focus with your eyes. Hands anywhere that feel comfortable to you. Couple more breaths. And then release the foot, but keep the knee lifted. Extend the legs straight out in front of you. Hands to heart, foot to the floor. Very nice. Coming into a little figure 4. So shifting weight to the left foot. Cross the ankle over. Start sitting down. Maybe reach the arms over. Keep this foot flexed. Couple more breaths. Press to the standing leg. Lift the knee up. Foot to the floor. Change sides. Shift weight to the right. Soften the standing leg. Cross the ankle over. Flex the foot. And then just like chair pose, start sitting down. Hug the belly in. And press through the leg, flip the knee up, foot to the floor. Shake it out. Next balancing will be a warrior 3. Again, shifting weight to the left foot. Float the knee up, hands will stay to the hips. We really want to try to keep the hips even, not open the right hip up. You can take hands to the block and go next to a wall. Start leaning forward. Again, take hands to the floor, to blocks, or anything that you have at home, even a chair. But try to get shoulders and hips. Hands, any position. Again, they stay at the hips. This is what happens. We want to open up that right hip. We're going to try to keep that right hip down as even as we can. Right foot, right leg is energized. Hands to heart. Come up to stand. Take a breath. Change legs. Hips stay even. Legs stay strong. Core is supporting the back. One more breath. Hands to heart. Come up to stand. Shake it out. Nice job. On to our backs. Hug the knees into the chest. Give a nice squeeze. You've been working hard. We're going to get into a little core work. And again, I did this on the last on the last video, but we're going to do it again today. This is a little series I've been doing. And we're just going to do 3 rounds. I think last time I did 2 rounds of everything. So we're going to do 3, do less, do more, take modifications. Boat pose, modifications, 1 foot down, hands behind, maneuvers all change, hands behind the hamstrings, little lift into the chest. We're going to hold each position for about 5 counts. So you can move the flesh alongside, get a blanket to sit on if this hurts your tailbone. Hug the low belly in, straighten the core, come into boat pose. We're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down half boat. Again, you can bring a foot down, you can have the hands back. We'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Half boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Half boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down, head knees to chest. Take a breath here. So you can keep the shoulders down if you need to on these next ones. I like to support my head with my hands, and sometimes even press my fingers like into the base of my head to help relieve any kind of tension that I might start storing there during this. Legs go straight up to the sky. If you can, keep a little internal rotation to those legs and try to keep them really long and strong. Shoulders roll up if you want. Right leg goes to hover. Again, it can be here, they can be bent, they can be on the floor. Just try to get a little crunch here. Pause here. And change sides. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, hug knees to chest. So the next series is a little bit like that. We're just going to bend a knee, cross the elbow over, come back to center and change. So legs to the sky, hands behind the head, roll the shoulders and head up, lower the leg wherever's comfortable to you, bend the left knee, right elbow left, center, extend, switch. Right bends, twist to the right, center, extend, switch. Left bends, twist, center, extend, switch. Right bend, twist, center, extend, switch, bend, twist, center, extend, twist, bend, twist, center, extend, hug knees to chest. Last and final round is just like that. But when we extend, there's a little lift into the tailbone. It doesn't have to be very much. And we try to use it with muscle, not momentum, so try not to rock yourself up. So legs to the sky, roll the shoulders off, right leg goes to hover, bend the left knee, twist, center, straighten the legs, lift the tailbone and lower and switch. Keep the belly pulled in, bend the right, twist to the right, center, extend, lift, lower, change. Bend left, twist, center, extend, lift, lower, switch. Bend right, twist, center, extend, lift, lower, switch. Bend left, twist, center, extend, lift, lower, switch. Bend right, twist, center, extend, lift, lower, hug knees to chest. Nice deep breath here. Open the arms out, palms up, and just with breath, knees side to side. So just exhale, drop them to one side. With the inhale, come to center. Drop them to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhaling, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more on each side. center, roll yourself up to seated. You can grab your strap here if you want. We're just going to come to an easy forward fold. So if you want to strap your blanket or scarf, whatever you have, or towel, hands on either side. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders and hips. So we're hinging from the hips, not bending at the waist and rounding the shoulders. Keep nice and lifted here. If you got the strap, just reach out, keep a lift, pull the toes back towards your shins, heart forward, belly towards thighs. It's like you're trying to get the nose beyond the toes. So instead of, excuse me, nose to knees, we're trying to lift forward a little bit. Couple more breaths. Go ahead and lift yourself up. You're going to pull the right heel in as far to the groin as you can. Now, if you have knee problems, that knee's not going to come very far up. It's going to be a little bit further down the leg. That's absolutely fine. Flex the left foot. Steer over that left leg a little bit. Same thing. Reach for the strap. Grab your foot wherever it is. Reach the heart forward. A little bit of hugging that left hip femur bone back. Spread the toes. A few more breaths here. Now go ahead, lift yourself up. We're going to cross that right leg, right foot over the left leg. Spread the toes, twist to the right. So you're twisting towards that bent knee. Again, if you're rounding to the back, walk your hand back further away from your body so you can get the spine nice and long. On an inhale, we always think about lifting and lengthening. On an exhale, that's where you turn through the upper back. A little rotation through the upper back, not the neck necessarily, all about the upper back. Nice deep breaths. Another breath here. And we're going to reverse that twist a little bit. You're going to roll to the hip, step that right foot in front of you a little bit. You're going to come up to a little very side plank. Just stretch it out a little bit. Lower the hips back down. Keep the right knee bent. Bring the left foot in. Ankle crosses over the knees. The hips will lift up a little bit. You're going to find out how far you can go to set your booty down close to you. Again, if you need to be back here, great. If you need to sit on a blanket for elevation, that works great. Then just walk the hands forward, a little lift into the chest. Always stay long. Flex and spread the toes in that right foot. So you do want your booty to the floor here, so you aren't lifting, you aren't hovering above the floor. A couple more breaths here. And then go ahead, that left leg, go ahead and straighten the left leg out, straighten the right leg out. Come into that forward fold again, so grab your strap if you need to. Again, hinging from the hips, coming forward. Lifting ourselves up. This time the left foot will come in. Again, however far that heel will come into the groin. If you got knee problems, not going to come up as high. Kind of hug back the right femur. Steer your belly over that right foot leg. Reach out, grab your strap, foot, whatever it is. Just kind of fold into this. more breaths. So these are little things to check in where the breath is, excuse me. Keep hugging that right leg in. Belly's toned up a little bit. We kind of hug that low belly in and help get it out of our way a little bit. Then we'll release that, lift ourselves up, left foot crosses over the right leg, sit nice and tall, shoulders right above the sitting bones, a little twist towards the left, over that left leg. Flex the right foot, spread the toes, pull the toes back. Inhale, so we try to get a little longer. Exhale, we try to get that rotation through the upper back. A few nice breaths here. Couple more breaths. And as we unwind that, we're going to step that right or that left foot out a little bit. Right hand goes up, lift up to a little variation of side plank. Lower the hips down. Slide that right foot in. Then lift up the hips here a little bit so you can find your position. Flex the foot on the left, that left foot, spread the toes, keep the chest lifted. About 3 more breaths. And then go ahead, straighten that right leg, straighten the left leg. Grab your strap if you need, little forward fold. Lift yourself up. Nice and easily come down onto your back and hug the knees into the chest. Come into a little happy baby here. So we either hook our our big toes, grab the outer side of the pinky toes, knees wider than the shoulders, soles of the feet towards the ceiling, shoulder blades gently draw into the mat, tailbone gently presses down. You want to try to get the ankle right above the knee here. If you'd like to straighten one leg, go ahead and straighten a leg. Come back to center, change sides. Come back to center. Hug the knees in. Both feet to the floor. Take the right leg, cross it over the left. Open the arms out. Take the hips about 1 to 2 inches to the right. Drop both knees to the left. Gently look to the right. Take a few nice deep breaths. Next, inhale, come back to center. I like to recenter myself down the mat. Then we'll cross the left over the right, arms open, hips about 1 to 2 inches to the left, both knees drop to the right. Keep the breath deep. Next, inhale, come to center. Again, realign to the center of the mat. Hug the knees to the chest. Going into the final relaxation. So here you can either just reach your arms alongside, your legs out. If you'd like to come in to how we started, you still have your blanket or your towel rolled up next to you. Go ahead and place that down underneath the shoulder blades. Come back into that. And you'll find where the placement is right. Sometimes it's nice just to put a blanket under the knees. So get yourself comfortable. It's nice to spend a good 3 to 5 minutes here. So if you are in the relaxing position, please stay there as I gently lift myself up. Remain there as long as you have time, and just try to let everything go. Let the mind relax. Try not during this time to go, oh gosh, I need to do this, or I need to do that, this is waiting for me. Just let it all go. Take those few minutes for yourself and just let it all go. And I thank you for joining me if you did, and I thank you for just tuning in if you did that. Thank you very much.